Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. As you know, last month, Des Moines Public Schools was the target of a cyber attack. Back on January 9th, we became aware of suspicious activity in some of our computer systems and immediately took steps to stop that activity, including shutting down many parts of our network systems. We engaged in third-party cybersecurity experts to assist with investigating and restoring all systems as quickly and as securely as possible. We also sought guidance from the FBI and are being advised by the threat intelligence community to ensure our investigation and our restoration is conducted with integrity. We take the importance of protecting the data we maintain very seriously, and we follow strict protocols to provide the highest levels of data security for all of our students, all of our staff, and all of our families. Since that time, we have been responding to the cyber incident on two fronts: restoration and investigation. The first front has been our staff, along with a team of IT experts, working to restore those systems as quickly and as securely as possible. On that front, much progress has been made to restore all systems. Our student data management system has remained available to teachers and staff. Our staff and vendors are being paid. Our communications tools are functioning. Network connections at our buildings are reestablished. While we are excited to share all that we are learning and the strategies to harden our network environment and strengthen our cybersecurity posture, we will not. Industry research and cyber intelligence tells us that many organizations, including Des Moines Public Schools, which has experienced a ransom attack, is 80% more likely to be hit again within the next 6 months. We know that threat actors are following us more closely through the remediation and recovery phases, and will look for opportunities to exploit any information shared on a public platform. Please rest assured and know that we are leveraging every resource to ensure we are following industry standards and all best practices. We take the responsibility of securing the utmost of our data as seriously as possible. The second front in responding to the cyber attack is involved working with a team of third-party forensic specialists to investigate the nature and the scope of the attack. I have two updates to share with you today about that ongoing part of the investigation. First, while we assumed from the beginning that this was a ransomware attack, I can now confirm that this was indeed a ransom attack. However, as stated previously, this is an ongoing investigation, and therefore I cannot provide specific details at this time. Second, our partners in cyber intelligence have determined that this incident resulted in the exposure of some data that we maintain. We are in the process of reviewing that data, which includes identifying, to the best of our abilities, individuals who may be affected. They will be notified via U.S. mail and offered complimentary monitoring services. I want to reiterate that the investigation into the incident is ongoing, and as you know from covering similar incidents in Iowa, this process can take months to completely resolve. As that work continues, we'll be notifying any and all individuals, if more are found, to have any personal information exposed by this attack. Finally, it seems that a week does not go by without a report of a cyber attack impacting everything from major retailers to financial companies and to public agencies. It is easy to become complacent about such events. We do not want people here to become complacent. We want people to take some simple steps to protect their information if they receive a letter from us. While I apologize for the concern and inconvenience this has caused, and I am grateful for the patience and understanding people have shown, please know that if we learn that information about you has been taken from our systems, we are going to let you know as soon as possible and as soon as we can. Thank you. I'll take any questions that you have at this time.
I know you mentioned that there are some things you probably can't divulge with us, and this might be one of them, but if you can share, did Des Moines Public Schools have to pay a ransom to get access to what they do have now?
So there was a ransom request, but given where we are in the investigative process, I can't go into any detail about the request itself.
So can you talk at all about next steps as far as shoring up cybersecurity?
Yeah, so I can speak in generalities, and so in terms, and I'll give a reason why though, but we are taking major steps in making sure that we are hardening our environment and strengthening our security posture. And the specifics of that I can't go into. Because the reality that we live in is that we know threat actors are out there. They're out there listening. They're out there watching. And they will, again, take any information that I provide at that point in time to exploit our systems. And so the research is very clear about what happens when an organization has been attacked. And the liabilities that they assume going into that in the next 6 months, because threat actors will begin to attack those organizations over and over again. So while I can tell you that we take it very, very seriously, and we are taking the necessary steps to ensure that any vulnerability that we may have is being shored up, I can't go into any more details other than that.
Okay. So was this due to internally, like somebody clicking the wrong link, or was this an outside attack?
Yeah, so the nature of the actual incident is still being investigated. There are some things that we're learning in real time that will hopefully give us to a point where we can answer that question. I'm not able to answer it at this time.
You mentioned that some individuals may have been exposed. Could that be, is it just staff, or is it also just family, staff, anyone who may have to log in with DMPS for any reason?
Yeah, we're still gathering the information on exactly the who and the what of that exposure of that information. But as that information is becoming available, we'll be reaching out to those individuals specifically, again, by U.S. mail. And we just encourage everyone to open that mail and to read it and take advantages of the services that we're offering. Again, today's announcement is to make sure that folks know where we are in the process and what we know now in real time, and to make sure that everybody knows that it's really easy to become complacent. It's really easy to be desensitized to receiving these kind of messages, because we receive them all the time from various organizations. And we don't want that to happen in Des Moines. We don't want that to happen to the families and the staff and the students that we serve. We want to make sure that folks know that there are ways to go about to prevent the security of your data. And if we are offering these services to you because we reach out to you through mail, we want you to take advantage of those services.
And of course, there's a hope that not many people were exposed, but for those who may read or watch this, is there a timeline on when DMPS or anyone helping with this would reach out with that letter?
Yeah, there really is no timeline. The process that the cybersecurity insurance company goes through to pull this data is meticulous, and it is slow, and it's going to be an ongoing process. So there's really no timeline as to when someone might receive a letter. We just want to make sure that everybody knows today that as we are learning more, we want to make sure that if they receive a letter from us, that they open that letter.
Well, is there a timeline when things will be back to normal in the buildings? I've heard like some people are running on 4G hotspots and stuff.
Yeah, we've got internet back up and running, and so a lot of our systems are restored, and so school, as we know it prior to January 9th, is in full effect. And so, again, that's just a credit to our own IT team and our staff of pulling together and doing the right things to make sure that we're back up and running. Our primary concern was that we were going to start school as soon as possible and do it safely and securely, and get back to teaching and learning and what we do best and what we love.
And is there kind of a price tag for this on just doing the investigation and people working on this?
Yeah, we're working through that with our cyber insurance company. That's why we have cyber insurance, and so we'll continue to monitor that with them and talk through those numbers.
So how much has this attack cost the district, both monetarily and in classroom instruction?
Yeah, well, that's, again, a great question. We're working with our cyber insurance company to know what the cost will be, and so we don't have a definitive answer on that yet. This has not been an impact on instruction in terms of the quality of education that our students are receiving. Again, when we returned back in 2 days, students were back in classrooms. They are, as you know, excited to be around one another and excited to be around their teachers, and so having them in our spaces is actually where the magic happens when it comes to teaching and learning. And so we did that pretty quickly, and I'm proud of the team. So it has not had a detrimental impact on the teaching and learning experience.
What else is important to know about the situation?
Thank you. The most important thing is that everybody know that whatever we know and when we know it, we will absolutely come forward and make sure that everybody else knows this as well too. So again, we're in this together, and we're in it for one another and with one another, and we want to make sure that folks know that if you do receive a letter from us, that we want you to open that letter. Again, it's really easy to just dismiss these kind of things nowadays, and we don't want that to happen. We got to continue to care about one another and lift each other up and support one another. And so we just want to make sure that everybody knows that should you receive a letter, please read through that thoroughly, reach out, ask questions, and offer any sort of services that we're able to provide you. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.